Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another account improvement. Today we are on a Europe server account that wanted a team for his artifact dungeons. He wanted 2 speed teams. When I looked at his account, it looked like it was possible. As you see in front of us, we do have the result for Steel Fortress Abyss Hard, where we got a best clear time of 26 seconds and the average clear time of 35 seconds. Now the Steel Fortress is probably one of the worst dungeons in this game because of that beneficial block. Unfortunately, even with max accuracy in multiple units, usually it's 2, you still have a chance to not land that, and then the run becomes exceptionally longer or you fail. So that's what happened for this one loss here. We failed the run because we weren't able to land that beneficial block in time. The rest, the average clear time got pushed out because either the units did not use the skills as intended, or because, like I said, the beneficial block did not land and was applied probably after the second or third rotation, which prolonged the run. Now I am going to show you guys the runes and units we've used. Some might be the more conventional team that you guys have seen. There might be some that are a little weirder or newer, so let's go check that out. Before we continue on this though, I do want to show you guys the record of this account. It's a pretty decent account. He has a number of LD5s, I think like 10 plus, G1 regular arena, G1 RTA, and G2 Special League with G3 siege records. Dungeon times 22 seconds for Giants, 24 for Dragons, 43 for Necro, and then we did get in faster times for Steel Fortress and Punish for Crypt, which are now 26 and 25 seconds. So that's a big win. He also wants to know if he could get G3 in Europe for Arena. I told him that I don't guarantee results because he said that if I think he could get it, then he would want me to rush for him with the changes, but I told him that I can't guarantee any results. And now, especially with the new league system, it's more of an RNG thing where you have to be lucky with the league that you're placed in, because certain leagues are bound to be easier than other leagues, right? Because let's say for some leagues, some of the top players are not there, or just for that week, those players don't want to play or don't feel like rushing, so you have a much easier rush, right? That's probably somehow I got my legend rank, and we all know Europe is a lot harder to get. So after working on his account, I do think it's a little hard for him, but we could take a look together on what he has, what resources he has. For LDs, which I do think that he'll have to use to get a pretty high record, I do think I'll use Nyx. I do see it a lot in global. It is pretty annoying. It's just that it is weaker against the snipe, especially the speed snipes. So I do think it has to be paired with another speed threat, such as Triton. So I'll do Nyx Triton for light LD5s. I don't think there's anything that good for defense. Maybe Pontos. So Pontos, Triton, Nyx seems pretty weak right now. So you might want to add a Pyong Char for that last slot, and maybe that could work. Assuming that he has most of the meta units. If you guys have any opinions for arena defense, please let him know, because for me that seemed like an option. If he gave me the to-go to work on his account for that improvement, I would have done that. But let's check for offensive wise. I think offensive wise is going to be the hardest part. For arena offense, anything crazy offensive wise, not for the light. I'm not too sure how good this guy Udong is for arena offense. I didn't really see videos with him where it is used in offense, so but if you do know something, let us know. There's the Maximillian that I guess can be used. Maximillian, something that needs to be fast, like Adriana, or I guess Triton that does a pushback. Like, I really want to see a fast offense, something like I'm running with the 33 lead and Ludia with like Adriana or Kabila, because I think that type of team is pretty much necessary for you to be able to hit a lot of stuff in today's meta. I might be wrong though, because apparently he does have a lot of great units, so he might be able to build some other snipes. But again, it's really hard for you to get, or I mean, it's really hard for me to say that yes, I could get you G2, G3, or this guy wanted specifically G3. So I said, no, I'm not sure if I could do that, even assuming that his rune quality is great, and his rune quality is not that bad. So I didn't want to waste my time, waste his money, because whenever I tell people, like, if you want a guaranteed rank, don't come to me, especially the Guardian ranks in G2, like G3 especially in Europe, because in most cases you're not going to be getting it. For even sometimes for people that do get G3, they're really lucky to get it. But you could tell that his rune quality is actually pretty decent. It's not the worst out there. It's actually really nice. It's just that his Swift isn't that fast. If I've noticed, he has a couple quads in Violent maybe even in Will. No quad there. Nope. Will is a little lacking too. Oh, there's that quad right there, but it's a crit damage rune. So it does fit Tiana well, but it doesn't fit anybody else really well, I guess. Yeah, that was that one quad. And if you look at Swift, there's no quads anywhere. So defense-wise, I don't think that his defense is going to be particularly fast. So it's not going to be really that strong, because in Europe, everybody will essentially first try to outspeed you and see if they can snipe you. And I do think that his defense is going to be easily sniped, knowing that his fastest slot 6 HP is a 26, and we know what we do want a Swift Will type of unit like Triton, because we don't want to get destroyed by Leos. Anyhow, that's my opinion. I don't think he gets G3 right now. Maybe if he's really lucky, he might get it, but I think G1, maybe G2, but if he comes to me asking for a guaranteed rank up, I will not be able to say like, yeah, I could get it for you. I actually think there's no creator out there that could guarantee and 100% say, yeah, I could get you G3 in one rush. If he wants to have a higher chance, I do think he has to up his Swift Rune quality. I think having a very fast Swift unit in the defense will help him get that rank. It's just that right now, I said Pontos. You don't have to use Pontos because I think that is the weaker speed lead, obviously 24 to a 33. So right now with your Swift Runes, you know, putting it with Pontos, I think you'll get easily outsped. At least a 33 lead, so maybe Samantha or Vanessa is the better choice than going back with Nyx, Pyeongchar, and then Triton, right? Nyx, Pyeongchar, Triton. But yeah, so I think it's Vanessa, Nyx, Triton, Pyeongchar. That's the 4 I will use. I think that's the better defense, actually. Going into his team, so if you look at his Punisher Crypt, it's the easier one. I had to change his Prelia, although he did tell me to not touch his Giants team. He only had one, so if he wants to recreate that Prelia, it's totally fine. It's easy to make a Prelia, guys, right? But I did have to make it faster so that it goes in front of the team. It was very slow, and I also had to give it a lot more accuracy because it only had 15%. So here, Prelia goes first on 283 speed, triple fight, high accuracy. And then we have the Julie going on the Rage Blade. Then we have the Nico going, because Nico is there to clean up after Julie does skill 3. And then we'll have the Argar going on double fight Will to land the multiple debuffs. And then finally Brandy will go with skill 3. A very common team that I think I've seen a lot of people run. I helped other people's account run this as well, especially if they had the rune quality. There you go, easy cleanup for Nickel right there. And Nickel also puts the slow if the opponent moves, and the opponent is guaranteed to move once, I believe, at the very least. Yeah, it should be pretty easy. I think Nickel is guaranteed to use skill 2 if they're like lesser than 30% HP. And then here, please, Blood Contract, use skill 2, perfect. And then skill 3, yeah, there you go. That's a team. Now, it can fail because Prelia is not 100% with defense break. We have 79% accuracy. I do think that should be enough for it to have max accuracy in this dungeon. But you know, resistance is I don't want to say it, but you know, it's ass. This thing is ass, where the resistance can land, and Prelia not landing that defense break will ruin the run. So I think that's why the last time we did 30 runs, we actually failed twice. It rarely happens twice in 30 runs, but I can't say that's not the case every time because I experienced it, and I'm pretty sure sometimes even happening 3 times over. I mean, it'll happen 3 times as well. Here, it didn't use skill 2, so we didn't have a lot of debuffs. In that case, Brandia might not use skill 3. Brandia is only guaranteed to use skill 3, I think, if it only has 3 or more debuffs on the opponent. So that could also ruin the run. It's just that the AIs are really bad. I really wish Comp2S would change this. It will make the whole thing a lot cleaner. It's kind of stupid in my mind that they don't do it because, come on, just having a more consistent dungeon team in no way can ruin the game in any way. You know, it will actually just make it better for them because they will, not they, but people will spend more money because they have a faster dungeon time, so they have to replenish and recharge their crystals even faster. So it's actually a business move for them to add these AI stuff. I think 7 Nights had it where you could select what kind of skills that you would want the units to use. I know 7 Nights is coming back. I think in Korea it's already out, called 7 Nights Rebirth. I know a lot of people moved to Etheria Restart. I know a lot of people have been asking me as well. I did download the game. I didn't create an account yet, but I am debating. But in my mind, I kind of also want to start the Seven Knights game because I was a heavy Seven Knights player before getting into Summoners War. I know that original game died out. I know Seven Knights 2 also failed, but I heard that Seven Knights Rebirth is actually doing extremely well in Korea. So when it does come to global, I do kind of want to pick it up. But again, I guess I do need a viewer base. So if you guys all really think that Ethereal Restart is just so much better, I know a lot of content creators have moved on. Shambi obviously has a separate channel for it. Say Shizo also has a separate channel for it, and it looks like it's doing really well. I'm not sure if I could bring in their, that type of expertise like those two content creators are bringing in. But if you just want another player out there, another person that makes content on that video or on that game, let me know and I might do that. Anyhow, I think we've watched this run pretty well. It went on 5 times with an average of 29 to 26 seconds. So it should be like 27 seconds, I think, here. Boom, 28 seconds. Not that bad at all, right? I think he was also asking me to make him a sub 30-second run for sure. And I don't like that type of request because, sometimes the rune quality might not be there. He also sent me his JSON file thinking that I could build the builds right there, but I usually don't do that because also that takes time. Anything where I have to put in my time, I don't want to just do it. I'm sorry if you guys are looking for free stuff, but I have limited time now. My time is precious, like everybody else's time, so I hope that you respect that. I'm not gonna be, building stuff and say, yeah, you can do it. And to be fair, even with the builds, I'm not too sure because it's not like I know like what the damage is from swap, so it's extremely hard to gauge that. Anyhow, thankfully I was able to build it, so that's good. But please don't come to me saying like, dude, I want a 30-second run as well. Here's my JSON file. Can I do it? I have no clue, man. I have no clue. I have to go into the account and see the best build and apply it and then see if it works. If it doesn't work, then GG, you can't do it. Okay? That's just it. Okay, going into Steel Fortress. So I couldn't use Gina. This is also a conventional team. You've seen this team a lot. It's just that this Maximillian is usually a Gina. The thing is, his Zinc is also not skilled up, and the Gina was not skilled up. The Zinc is fine because the Zinc does not have a reduced cool time on the skills with the skill ups, so that's okay. He just needed higher rune quality to have the damage. The problem with Gina is that Gina does need max skill ups on skill 3 for it to be using that skill in the first round or the third round. If she doesn't, then she wouldn't use it on the third round, which prolongs the run, right? So that was a problem. He didn't have the Devilmon, so I had to scrape that. Thankfully, he did have Maximillian, and he did point out that Sean B made a team with it, made a Steel Fortress team with it, and I'm guessing that he just replaced the Gina with Maximillian because that's just what I did. So here, the Zinc goes first on double will guard. Pretty hard hitting Zinc. Thankfully, with the runes, he was able to do it. If he got the skill ups, it would have been a lot easier, but I understand why you wouldn't want it. So there's that. Then we have a Maximillian that I think does use skill 3 if the opponent is less than 30%. The thing is, this damage is enough for it to kill the first stage and third stage without the Zinc's help. It's just that he doesn't use skill 3 all the time. That is the problem, and that prolongs the run. That's why I made him go second. And then we have the Lauren going on double will fight. Then we have the Ken going on fatal will. Finally, a Brandia. I made it 100% because there are certain dungeons again being used in the other one where we don't have the crit rate lead. So Rage will, same way. Anyhow, let's get right in. Yeah, so if you guys are playing Ethereal Restart, please let me... Oh my goodness. I thought Zinc always used skill 3. I don't know why it's not using it sometimes. Was I wrong? Or am I wrong? I mean, this doesn't ruin the run because he should use skill 3 here now. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it does. Oh my goodness. Okay, I mean, thankfully, we did not see a skill 3 coming out, so it should be okay. We were lacking one debuff, unfortunately, there. I wonder who didn't land it. But we're good. Yeah. This is a slower run. Like I said, I think the Zinc should be using skill 3. Or does the Gina go first and uses skill 3 first, and then the Zinc uses skill 3? I don't know. They both don't have 100% activation rate. If that's the case, it might be just better to make the Maximillian go first, because the defense break is a lot more helpful. That's unfortunate. Usually, The Ken does do enough damage there, but you can see that's pretty clean here. And then by doing so, we should also have skill 2, yeah, where it's the beneficial block from Maximillian, so that we could end this pretty easily. And then yeah, this is the clean version usually. 27 seconds, and the best was 26. I think it's up to the owner if he wants to switch the Maximillian and Zing's turn order. I might be wrong on the 100% rate for skill 3 on Zing, because it looks like that's not happening. Maybe the Gina skill 3 is 100%, and then if the opponent has 30% or less, the Zing will use skill 3. I'm not too sure. But when I watched Shambi's video, I think he said something like Zing will use 100% skill 3 or something like that. Man, see, we missed that beneficial block. I mean, we only have like 40-50% accuracy on both of Zing and Maximillian. But I mean, how much do you need? Damn, that hit hard. What the freak? We didn't land it still. And that's how you lose. Now, if you do want to see more accuracy here, because to be fair, we don't even need this much damage anymore on Zing. For example, here. We can even put more accuracy here. I don't know why I didn't do it. Like, I want a Rune that has a lot of accuracy. 11%, that's not that much. Ooh, if this rolls a high into accuracy, my butt. How about this? Will accuracy. Oh, freak. Oh my gosh, we have too much speed. Okay, wait, we could take that actually. Oh no, we lose too much crit rate. We can't lose too much crit rate. Oh, wait, this might... No, we still need 67%. Damn it. Oh, actually, then we could just switch it here and try to get as much... The problem is it's only from one skill, so it should be skill 2. Because we know that if it goes well, skill 2 is where he uses the... Skill 2 is what he uses when he gets into the boss stage. So that's 42%. And then we'll change this here to have accuracy over the HP. So 50% plus, right? I don't like that. I want it higher. This is a guard, so it's not really going to be used anyways. Okay, fine. 50%. That's 50%, right? 31 plus 19 on skill 2. I hope that this does it. Clean. Okay, landed the beneficial block, but not on the boss, the middle boss. Didn't do enough damage, unfortunately. Fine. Wait, what? Why didn't I use skill 3? But thank... Oh my, use skill 1! Oh my goodness, Maximillian for the save. So bad. Oh shoot. Damn it. It's fine. It's fine. It worked out. 34 seconds. That's fine. We didn't do enough damage, unfortunately. Man, Maximillian's movement is very clean. If you get a little more damage or skill ups on Ken's skill 2, that'll be... I don't know why he's not using skill 3. What the freak is happening? Okay, I mean, that's fine. If you want to use it there, I'll give it to you. Okay, we should have enough here. Enough damage as well. Perfect. Yeah, it's going better than the previous run, at the very least. But if he does use Maximillian here, he can't use it for his arena. So that kind of sucks. Double resist on bomb. On boss, sorry. Middle boss. Bomb. What the heck am I saying? Okay, this time it did use Heap of Ashes. Do it! Oh, thank goodness we landed it. 50% accuracy for the win. Oh shoot, but only 3 debuffs. That's not enough. Who missed it? Somebody missed it. That was bad. I mean, it's fine. A little over 30 seconds. Should be less than 40 still. Oh, damn, I was wrong. 42. Anyways, this is why I hate this dungeon, guys. I hope you guys understand. I hope you guys hate it as well. But it is something that we have to farm, unfortunately. Yup, it is definitely something that we have to farm. We landed it! Thank goodness. Thank you for landing it. Wait, what? What happened? Did we not have defense break again? Oh my goodness, I hate this. I hate this. 33 seconds though. Okay. I mean, we take those. I just don't want to go over 40 seconds because our average gets destroyed if that happens. But still much faster than what he was running before, guys. Don't get me wrong. Even 40 seconds, I think anything under 45 is still a faster time than what he was getting. Because his fastest before I worked on this was 45 seconds. So I'm not disappointed with what I've made. I'm just disappointed on this dungeon itself. It's a sucky dungeon. Sucky dungeon. Okay. I think that's it. Another 26-second run, so that was good. Guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want account improvements like this, please join my Discord, fill out the Google form. If you guys want account reviews, join my Patreon. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.